What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Hype. So. I've been watching, listening to Sigs and Serial, listening to different people, listening to just random people I never knew existed. Everybody's talking about Sony. Sony's bad. Sony evil. Sony. I mean, I've known this for a long time. But y'all are starting to wake up. But I think what all of this is kind of bringing to the surface is the bias of the media and how even Matt Piscatella isn't immune. He put out this article thing. He put out a post. Let's just call it that. It's not an article. He put a post out saying about the only 7 games sold over 100,000 PlayStation physical, blah, blah, blah. So far this year. I said, okay, it's July, so 7 months, 7 games. Okay, how many games actually were released per se physically? That number is important. And also, over 100,000 is 100,000 to a Googleplex to 12 billion. What are the numbers? Also, what are the games? Also, how much did the physical sell versus the digital? Because that's the argument here. That's the whole argument. If only 7 games only sold, over 100,000, and those same 7 games only sold 102,000 digital, then your argument is bullshit, right? But he's not giving you all the information. He's giving you information. Is it even real information? Is it something that can be qualified or quantified? No, because it's over this month. It's so asinine. And I'm like, look, make it more obvious that you're getting paid by Sony, please, because this is what it looks like. Or you're just an idiot because you look stupid by putting out a post like that. And Joe from Seattle breaking it down for everybody. Shout out to Joe. He don't know me, but he's doing work. He's doing work. I love his videos. Shout out to Alex. He does his thizzle. Shout out to Sigs. He's on it. I feel Sigs should have a live one-on-one with what's his name? Reforged, Lano, and just destroy him. Destroy him the way that he destroys him on this video. He needs to do that because Lano is, look, I tried not to pay too much attention to him because he's one of those people who A, he think he's right about everything, right? And B, he uses his command over the English language to prove his point, even though his points are idiotic. So he's a dumbass with vocabulary. I've said that before. And that's a dangerous person because you think he's smart. And he may be vocabularically smart. I don't even know if that's a word to sound right. He may be word smart, book smart. Is he book smart? I don't even know. He just knows words. But common sense? No. Is he a shill? I mean, he says he's not. And the thing is, like, you call him a shill, he's like, oh, you're lying. You're defaming my character. You're bad faith. And I'm like, and Sigs is just on him back and forth. He's like, no, you just said this and that. You just said. I'm like, I can't. I think I lost some brain cells listening to that. Not Sigs' part. Sigs brings it back, but I'm listening to the logician, and I can't see the logic. I don't see the logic. I'm like, you're illogical. And he's literally telling everyone, this is what Reforged is telling. Reforged is telling everyone to give up the fight. If you didn't know what race Reforged was, you could guess that he is not a black man. Because if you tell a black person to give up the fight, and there's other races too, other races that have been enslaved. If we gave up the fight back in it, we would still be slaves, right? I'm talking about the Chinese were slaves. Of course, us, black. I'm a mutt, so I have different levels. There's levels to this. I got levels to slavery in my history of my ethnics. But, African slavery. Look, there's slavery all over the place. But did they give up? And that's what he's saying. Imagine a world where everybody just gave up and the bullies just won. The bullies just took over and said, yeah, we're taking this. And then, no fight. The only reason why America is America that it is today is because of some very bad tactics on the infiltrators, I would say. The colonizers, the invaders, let's just call them that. And it was anyway, we're not talking about American history because American history is as messed up as America is today. That's let's just say that. It's probably, the moving on back to video games, please, because there's enough idiocracy happening to anyway, we don't need to go historically with the idiocracy. We got enough today. Anyway, so yeah, you got guys like Reforged talking shite and saying things, and it's like, wow, and like, why do people give him money? Why do people listen to him? And I guess they're fooled, or they're PlayStation fanboys holding on to any semblance of any type of fandom or content that is supporting their blueness. Maybe that's it. But if you can objectively step outside of your fandom and you look at these corporations, like I was thinking about it today, I was like, all these corporations are evil. They all are on the evil spectrum, right? Which one is the most evil? Right now, today, I'm going to say Sony. Now, some people are like, oh, Microsoft just laid off 32. Listen, I would say all of them will lay off people. Nintendo's the least egregious when they lay off people. They still lay off people, but they're not as bad. But once again, Microsoft is a bigger company. They're so much bigger than both of them combined that when they lay off, they're going to lay off more people. It's just it's a matter of numbers. There's no, they're more evil because they laid off more people. It's like, no, they have a bigger company. So that's how it works. If you're a two-man team, you lay off one person and it's just you just laid off 50% of your workforce. Or when you put it in, all right, have a good one. When you put it in percentages like that, then it seems like it's a lot, but it's one person. That's why the whole percentage thing, anybody who's putting stats and percentages and then magically switches one of the stats to something that isn't percentage, don't trust them. Hi, Matt Piscatella. I'm talking about you again. So, it was I believe it was Matt Piscatella. I believe it was Circana that did this. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why were the numbers this way? So, they were saying, okay, Switch sales were down. I forget what their number was because we're not really talking about Switch, but we're talking about 19% for PlayStation. PlayStation sales were down 19% year over year, I guess, since last year, whatever. And then they said Xbox is up more than double. And I'm like, hold up. You got negative 19% down on PlayStation, right? But you're not going to give the positive percentage. You're going to say more than double. Why don't you give us the percentage? More than 100%. Because that's what, doubling is 100%. Or, 100% from wherever it is. It's not 200%. Because that would be, what would that be? Triple? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, math is not my strong suit. But why would you change from percentage to more than double? You see? Because it's a smaller, it doesn't seem as big of a jump or whatever. Give us the percentage. If you're going to start with percentages for Nintendo and PlayStation, give us the percentage for Xbox's gains. Instead of giving us some and this is what we deal with. This is the industry that we deal with. And the proliferation of the internet, of Twitter, of all these social media as a whole is kind of paved the way for this type of behavior, because before, when there was no internet, when it was just magazines, ZGM and all that stuff, I mean, I'm sure, these companies paid money to put their games in, to advertise for their games and stuff, but I don't know if it was like this. I don't know if it was like, yo, let's pay these people to write a positive article. I mean, maybe. But honestly, when I go back and I read that stuff, I read stuff about, the Saturn's coming out, check it out. Everybody, it seemed like the person writing about it was excited. Like, oh, snap, it's going to have this and that. And it's going to be cool, yeah. And they made us excited. We writing like, oh, snap, yeah, it's going to be dope. But now it's like, let's make up some bullshit and put it out there so that these fanboys get parroted. And that's been the strategy for the PlayStation hooved, the stables out there. That's what they've been doing. Now, is that like something that Sony is behind the scenes in the shadows propagating? Putting money towards? I mean, a conspiracy theorist would say, yeah, they're probably paying somebody to pay somebody to pay somebody to get this stuff done, so that they can try to distract. They do the distraction method, and it don't work when the people have woken up. They didn't take the green pill anymore. Was it green or was it blue pill? It's green pill, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's I said the media is just full of BS and stuff, and there are a couple of sites, like, that's why I like Jez Gordon, because even though he has a Windows centralized central site, he's still fair. You know what I'm saying? He'll still, say some stuff that Microsoft don't like, and he's gotten in trouble for it before. But I would trust him more than I would trust anyone else out there, because everybody else seems like, they're scared of PlayStation. They're scared of Sony. They're scared of losing access. But the thing that they don't realize, that they don't understand, by screwing over Microsoft for so long, Asha Sharma is not Phil Spencer. Asha Sharma is not to be messed with. Y'all think, she's a little petite little Indian lady from Wisconsin. We could push her over, no problem. Bro, she got more testicular fortitude than Phil Spencer ever. Now, I'm not saying Phil Spencer wasn't the man, because he did some stuff, but Asha Sharma ain't playing. She got Todd Howard in line. She is like, yo, what's all of this 14 layers of bullshit? What is this? Phil was just like, yo, man, I don't want to know about that. That's how as long as the game come out on time and it's good. Still didn't come out on time. Still wasn't good enough. I'm not saying their games was not good. I'm just saying, if you spend an extra time, the game needs to be extra dope and sell a lot of extra copies. And that extra stuff didn't happen. So, failed. But Asha's like, nah, bro. We running mean, we running lean, and we ain't taking none of this no more. We got exclusives back. They just announced 4 games for PC, OG Xbox, backwards compatible. Let's go. I'm playing Conquer tonight on my ROG Ally. My Xbox ROG Ally. I'm playing Conquer on that little white boy. Man, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm like, bleep, bloop. Yo, Conquer was a funny game. Like, it was. That's not for kids. If you think don't play that, Sean, do not let your little boy play Conquer Live and Reloaded. Do not let him play that. There are a lot of bad words in that game. Like, Conquer's Bad Fur Day was better. He was like drunk at one point. I think he woke up with a hangover. I can't remember. But that's a bad game. Live and Reloaded is worse. It's so bad. It's bad. It's funny though. Oh man, I want to check out the hair tech, and I want to check out how they did the upscaling and stuff. It would be cool if they do kind of a remake. I don't know what that would entail, but I would have to play it, because I saw a little bit of Blinks the Time Cat. That was Blinks is another video. Another game. Blinks, Conquer, Fusion Frenzy, and the fourth game is Crimson Skies. I'll probably get Crimson. I think I have Crimson Skies already. I think I have most of those games actually, because I think they were on Games with Gold at one point. So I think I downloaded them. I gotta check my profile. But yeah, I'm gonna play all those games on my my handheld, man. And that's the beauty. Like, I don't really play the handheld that much, but it's like, it's one of those, in case of emergency, break glass, play video games. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not home, or I'm like on a long vacation or something like that, or yeah, I could be like boop, beep, beep, boop, play. That's what's up. But anyway, sorry. Back to the matter at hand. So, you know, these journalists saying whatever, and PlayStation, blah blah blah. But I mean, like, if you look at what Xbox is doing, right, with these 4 games that they just announced, you know, Jason Ron was like, yo, check it out, backwards compatible for PC, and they'll play anywhere. I'm like, oh snap, they could just do that with games. Like, they could be like, yeah, whatever, old games, play anywhere. So like, that's what's up. So I mean, I don't know if people realize it, but if you think about it, if you see what's going on, they're like, oh wait, so basically any game that's BC, any game that's backwards compatible, can potentially be play anywhere, which means it can play on your Xbox, and it can play on your Xbox ROG Ally or whatever handheld that you have. And I'm like, yo. And like, play anywhere already kind of spits in the face of what PlayStation, I don't even know what to call what PlayStation is doing. I don't know what to call it. I had mentioned, I called it that in the last video, that they're no longer selling games after 2028. January 2028, PlayStation is Blockbuster PlayStation, basically. It's the PlayStation Video. I don't know what they call it. Blockbuster PlayStation Blockbuster. I think we're going to call it Blockbuster PlayStation, BBP. That sounds like a procedure, don't it? It's Blockbuster. There you go. Blockbuster PlayStation is what they are. They're literally a rental service. And everybody's trying, I heard somebody try to compare it to Game Pass. Like, oh, Microsoft's no better at Game Passes. I'm like, hold up. I said this other video. Game Pass is Game Pass. We know what Game Pass is. Yes, we know it is a streaming service that you pay for, and you download the games, and you pay for that catalog of games to have access to the catalog, just like Netflix, just like Prime, just like any of these other services. You pay for the access of the catalog. And they're trying to compare it to what Sony's doing. And it's like, that's not the same, because you're paying for a license to one singular game. You don't own the license. You are renting the license, which is so convoluted and asinine. And I'm like, the more that we say it, the more that we need to break it down. We need to explain to the normies, to the casuals that don't understand what's going on, or have no idea what's going on. We need to keep yelling so that this zeitgeist becomes known for everyone. So all of the casuals who play Fortnite and play all that, don't even play not a singular PlayStation first party title. They're only playing third party games on PlayStation. We need to let them know that, guess what? Anything that you purchase on PlayStation through the PlayStation Store can be taken away from you. It's not safe. On Xbox, all of the games, they said this years ago. They said any game that you download from Games with Gold, I don't know, that was a while ago, but all those games are yours, period, blank, no question. It's yours forever. That's what they said. So I got a gang of games from OG Xbox and 360 that are mine, because I downloaded each and every one of those goofy games. Even I don't want to even play that game. Download it. Shoot. I was like, it's free, it's for me. Let's go. PlayStation don't do that. They could take any game away from you that they want, unless it's physical. See what I'm saying? And that's why this is such a big deal. Besides the digital rights and all that, no, it's like a 3-pronged thing. And the fact that Reforged is poo-pooing and saying it's over, don't worry, and telling everyone to give up, I'm like, man, I wish I could jump through the internet and slap this fool, because he is saying the wrong things. He said, I'm with you guys. I think we should talk to Sony about you saying the wrong things. Frick. And I'm like, no, you're a dumbass. I say right here, Electron Bandit SG says that Reforged Gamer Lorno Reforged Gaming, aka Lano, is a dumbass in the worst sense of the phrasing. And I'm like, I can't. And there's a reason why I don't sub to. I mean, I don't sub to. I think the only person I'm sub to right now, from by my own subbing, I think I sub to Sean. I think I'm sub to Dirt too. I'm not. I got to check it again. Make sure I'm sub to him. And some people gave me some subs. They gave me a sub to like On Point for Gamers, but I want to give that one back because C Money was acting a fool, and I don't forget. I do hold a grudge. I don't forget, and that was some bullshit what he did. So and I kind of put him in the song too, but it's kind of hidden. I was gonna change the lyrics, the spelling of the lyrics to emphasize that I was talking about him, but I didn't. I just put it as what it was saying. But it's a double entendre, and that's the only one that's in there, I think. Because I didn't. It was just a matter of fact track. As far as the lyrics go, I wasn't trying to do any double, triple, quadruple entendres. Not yet. Anyway, that takes a little bit more effort and thought. I was just trying to get this out real quick, like. But anyway, I started working on some new stuff, so we'll see. I'm, like I said, one a month. So what was this? The July is July, right? So yeah, I guess August. I'm gonna try to get one August 1st. I'm gonna try to get one, at least the middle of August, because this one was in the middle. But anyway, sorry for the zip. But yeah, this look. Once again, this is all games. We all having fun as far as, video games, and honestly, it's a personal thing. It's like when you sit there and you say, yo, I like games because of this, that, and the third. Some people like games because they like the cinematic nature, blah blah blah, so they like PlayStation stuff. And that's fine. I'm not gonna like poo-poo anybody. I'm not gonna whatchamacallit on their parade rainbows on the, whatever. The saying escapes me right now, but I will say that you have to look at the industry. Now, I know before I was like, oh, Phil Spencer's trying to be, a certain way so that it's helping for the entire industry, and I get that, but at the same time, he was hurting Xbox, and that's not good for the industry. And you see what all that he was trying to do backfired because Sony in particular took advantage of his perceived weakness and his allowing of PlayStation to take advantage of multiple situations that he created. Yeah, so they took advantage of his kindness, or whatever you want to call it, his wanting to. That's so weird. Let me fix that real quick. There you go. Anyway, they took advantage of his outlook of trying to, raise all the ships in the industry, and yeah, and the thing is, like the arrogant PlayStation right now, the hubris is so thick that it's like they feel like they can do anything that they want. And I'm like, they didn't learn from 2006 when they came out and, acting a fool. It's the same hubris. And so all it will take is us and I'm going to say Xbox to come out with a product that is better, that sells better, that takes the place of PlayStation, and everybody moves over, and then PlayStation's like, we got to act nice again or whatever. I mean, it's almost like it's too late for them now. They've shown their true colors. How can you redeem yourselves after you act like this? That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't care what y'all do. I'm done. I mean, I was never with them anyway because I kind of knew how they were. And when Jim Ryan came along, I was like, oh, this dude is full of shit. And And when Jack Tretton did the thing, I mean, he took advantage. I liked Jack Tretton as like a presenter and like a figure, a CEO and stuff. I was like, I like him. He's kind of cool and charismatic and seems like a cool dude to like hang out with or whatever. But he definitely took advantage of Xbox just slipping on banana peels, and that's on Xbox. Xbox fumbled it. Jack picked it up and ran that bit back for a touchdown. That's what he did. And I can't hate him for that. That's business, right? That's what's happening. That's what's up. And now it's Xbox's turn to pick up that fumbled football that's just there in the dewy astroturf. Just pick it up, dry it off, and walk all the way. You can just walk. You don't have to run to the end zone. That's how much PlayStation don't get it. Just walk. You'll be like, you'll be fine. Yeah, we're just gonna walk to the end zone, and we're gonna karma's a bee, ain't it? But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Matt Piscatella flubbing the numbers. Man, I was gonna try to be like, oh, he's cool. He's a neutral part. Nope, he's not neutral anymore. He's a pony. As far as I'm concerned, he putting out stupid reports like that for them. He putting out the little buckets for the ponies to feed on. That's what he's doing. Gruel or whatever they eat. Oats. Whatever. Pony oats. But anyway, Pony Blockbuster coming in 2028. I should make a t-shirt or something. PlayStation Blockbuster games. I don't know. We should change the PlayStation like font to the Blockbuster font. That's it right there. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tonight. I'll see if I can make that happen. That'll be funny. But anyway, I'll take you down the next one. Till the weed.